Alright, so here's my Super Cub. Alright, Super Cub. I need to take off the exhaust because I'm not doing the oil change, and I want to clean out the filter, so I have to take off the exhaust. So I'm gonna do that right now. So the exhaust is this is the swing arm bolt, so unfortunately you have to take that off as well. This is a 19mm right here. On the other side is a 12mm. And down right here it's a 12mm. And these ones are 12mm. So basically I already pre-loosened everything. You know, that's in the interest of saving time. That's about to see me loosen everything. But you want to loosen up these header bolts first. Usually when you have things that have multiple bolt sizes, you always want to loosen the small ones, the small size first, then the big one. So that, and the top one, which is the big one up there. Let's see. I think that's loose enough. Nope. Hold the other side maybe. Oops. Sorry about that. It's on my gimbal. I should grab my gimbal, but too lazy to dig it out. So this one's a lock nut, so that's why you gotta use a little wrench. That's all the way off. That's the little locking tabs on the nut instead of a nylon type. Right? See the little locking tabs, those two right there, versus the nylon type. The thing about the nylon type is that you use them once, you basically have to discard them. Or you might be able to use them a few times, but after that you have to discard them because the nylon wears out and they don't work anymore. So now it's just a matter of basically moving this off. Let's see what's hanging it up. See right here. Okay, so that was kind of stuck in there. So it's the foot peg part right here. It's kind of hung up. And don't tell me I have to move that too. Remember, I'm trying to take the engine case off of here, so that way you could take it out. But if I could actually get in here without having to move the exhaust, I actually would. I'd rather do it that way. Man, nope. No way. That's as far as I can move it. Can't move it any more than that. It's all being hung up. Man, this kind of sucks. And to take that off, you have to remove the bottom nuts down there, which is I think also 12mm as well. Let's see. Yep, those are 12mm as well. I don't know if I want to remove those. Well, I can, I suppose. Actually, let's see if my 5mm here could get in here or not. If they can't, I have to remove those. If they can, they don't have to. Nope. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, I guess I do need to remove them. That sucks. That basically means more work. Man, this is a lot of work. It's more work than a monkey. Alright, so we remove these ones. These ones are not pre-loosened. So, I guess this video is going to take longer than I thought. You know, I'm just loosening those 4 down here. And I'll show you that in a minute. Show you those nuts in a minute here. So follow the foot pegs down, and you see the 4 nuts there. Right, those are the nuts. And right on that side, right, these nuts are here. Just follow this, foot peg thing. So that's what that is right there. Okay. Whew. Okay. Let's see if I can get the rest of them. Well, basically get them off now. I don't think nothing is hanging these ones up. Well, the brake lever is, but that's movable. That moves. Okay, now those 4 nuts are removed. Now you grab the foot peg, I suppose, and push down on the brake lever. Just kind of move it over, like so. Now it's off. All right. Set that aside. Okay, now I can take it off the exhaust. Slide it all the way out. And again, to put the brake pedal here. It's kind of in the way. Oh, okay. Now that's off. Set that aside as well. Oh, this thing's heavy. Holy cow. This thing's really heavy. Feels like a good 10 pounds. Okay. Now everything's off. I have now access to the case here. So before I actually remove the case, I'm actually going to wipe around where the seal is. I should have washed the bike first. It was getting dark, and as you can see, that's in the camera picture here, it's dark. So I didn't want to necessarily wash the bike when it was dark. It's hard to see anything. So I'm gonna wipe around where the seal is, just so that prevents any dirt from getting in there. When you take this off, it will, you know, it'll disturb the dirt around the seal area. So that's good there. So these ones are 5 millimeters. So you loosen that up. So before I do that, I'm gonna get the oil pan underneath there. Just gonna dump oil out. So I'm gonna get the oil pan underneath. I actually already drained out the oil, but there's always residual oil in here. Always residual oil, so be mindful of that. So I have the oil pan underneath here, right? Oil pan underneath. Get the residual oil. Actually, I just poured in a little bit of new oil. I was in the middle of changing oil and I totally forgot to change the filter. So actually, I probably have at least a quarter of a bottle of oil in here, fresh oil. So I want to keep that oil. So I think I might tilt this bike up a little bit, put a 2x4 underneath. Put 2x4 underneath one side here. So the foot peg, and I'll put 2x4 here, so that way it tilts it up. And hopefully I could save some of that oil. Hopefully no oil doesn't come out. Oh, let's see. Wow, that's pretty high. Okay, that's kind of, yeah, that's a little bit too high for my taste. It's kind of unstable. It might fall over. 2x4 is too high. Try something a little bit thinner, maybe a 1/2 inch. 4 by 1/2 or 3/4, whatever this bar is. Okay, that's a little better. Actually, I might even try something a little bit bigger than that. Okay, that feels okay. Okay, hopefully it doesn't fall over, because if it does, it's gonna fall into my car. I'd be pissed if that happens. that would be my own fault right there. Okay, so now we could reach in there with our little 5mm. All these in here. I should have. You know what? I forgot to get a mallet, because this thing might need a mallet to kind of tap on it to get it to loosen. But anyways, so I'm gonna take it off in a crisscross pattern with the outside of it first, and work my way inside. Come on. Jeez. That's the thing with body panels. There's always things in the way with body panels. I think everything's loosened now, I believe. It's loose. Oops. Okay, so take off all these bolts. Set them aside. You should keep track of the size. I think there's a few that's bigger than others. No, longer than others, I should say. Not bigger, longer. If I can remember right from the monkey. See, those two on the bottom. I'll leave the two on the bottom for last, because I know when I take that off, I think oil is gonna start coming out. Hopefully I can save some. Like I said, I have some fresh oil, a little bit of fresh oil in here already. I totally forgot to clean out the filter. Let's see, actually, you know what? It's not gonna come out because this thing has over 2,000 miles already, and it's kind of sealed in there. Once you get that many miles on it, the seal usually kind of sits. It's already kind of set. If this thing only had a few hundred miles, then the seal would break off really easily. It might not even completely seal. It might not be completely attached. The seal might still be kind of loose. Okay, so let's take all the bolts are actually the same length, so I don't have to show you guys that. So we're good there. And always when you take off bolts for the first time, they usually oops, forgot one more. They usually have you know, they kind of dug into the paint and basically, you know, roughing up that paint where the paint is. All right, so everything's off. Let's see if I could just do this with my fist. Just do this. Rather, they might not have to probably get a mallet. Dang it. Actually, you know what? I could put this in. See if I can hit this with like this. Saw some oil coming out, right? You guys saw that? There's some oil coming out. That means the seal broke. So I was hoping to save the oil, not lose any oil, but it is what it is. So I'm not gonna cry over spilled milk, you know. Okay, so now that's the seal is loosened. I should be able to just wiggle this thing off. Damn, there's a lot of oil. Dang it. Didn't want to lose all that oil. Oh, wait a minute, there's one more. Oh, I was thinking one more. Bolt recessed in here. So remember, this thing has dowel pins. If you don't know that it does. It does. It has dowel pins. So when I did that pounding, that basically helped loosen from the dowel pin. Damn, that's a lot of oil I'm losing. Jesus. Whoops. There's the shifter. Yep, centrifugal shifter. So there's the crankcase or removed, right? This is obviously the curb, so it has a centrifugal shifter. There's a mechanism along the shifter down here, right there, and you see it, some of the mechanisms fell out. So I'm gonna have to show you guys that when I put this thing back together. Actually, the seal, I probably could reuse the seal because it looks like it's okay. It didn't break. Usually when the seal breaks, that's when you have to replace it. I might be able to reuse the seal. So I'm gonna basically wipe things down a little bit and show you guys in a part 2, I think. Or maybe not. Well, yeah, I will, because there's some oil everywhere. So let me wipe all that stuff down. So stay tuned for the second video.